Hello, YouTube. Last video we left off in Sequoia National Park.
Beautiful place.
Also called Kings Canyon National Park.
Yeah.
And we forgot to mention to you guys how incredible these trees are. They get to be over 3,000 years old.
Thousand.
Like
Yeah.
they don't actually know how old these trees are. That's how old they are. Like they actually can't figure it out. But they say 3,000 plus years old, which is like mind-blowing.
Yeah. I don't know many things that old.
No.
You can't find items that old. Like hardly. We were lucky enough to see General Sherman, the doggone largest tree on the planet.
Doggone.
Yeah, by volume, not by height, by volume. This thing is girthy. It's just, the trunk of it is,
Massive.
I don't know how many humans, 11, 12 humans to join, like adults, full-grown adults, to grab hands and go all the way around it.
Following Sequoia, we were heading north to Canada, and we really didn't have a plan beyond that until these lovely people we met along the road, Kevin and Melissa, suggested to us Umpqua Hot Spring. Basically, this hot spring is like just east of the I-5, and it's in South Oregon. So it was very much so on our way home. So we decided to go there. It was both of our very first natural hot springs experience, and it was such a treat.
And we arrived on like a rainy day, so it's about a kilometer walk into the hot springs, and it was pouring rain on us. So we were cold, like extremities. We're like, okay, we need warmth. Yeah.
When you get there, it's just beautiful. There's multiple pools, and they're all a little bit different temperatures.
And it was like 103 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like, that's legit hot tub.
Yeah.
And it was toasty.
Apparently some of them are a little more sulfur smelling as well than others. The one that we were in was 5 out of 5 for sure. It was great. Along the way to Umpqua, we debated stopping at Crater Lake, which is one of Luke's favorite spots.
Place. Love it.
I've never been, but he was able to go with some friends a while back.
It was the first day that the north entrance was open. The snowbanks were 4 cars tall on either side of the road. Don't read a good story with that. 6 cars tall. No, it was probably about double our car height though.
So again, we debated going up that road, but it was super snowy up in that area. So that road looked a little sketchy, and we decided to just not and save it for another time. Next, we made our way back to the coastal route, the 101 highway. And initially we're looking for some waves to surf, but unfortunately while we were there, there was high surf advisories the entire time, so we didn't get around to doing that. But we did enjoy lots of beach walks, especially Nelson. He loves the beach. We've really discovered that about him. He's a beach boy. Along the Pacific Coast Highway, we did a few different stays. It is harder to find free camping along that highway.
Our first day was at a casino called Three Rivers. The first night there is free, and then you have to play and earn points to earn additional stays for free. But from there, we motored all the way to Cannon Beach and had just a beautiful day and evening. Got a bunch of work done and walked the beach for a long while and took some great photos and stuff.
Matters to you, but what do you want? What's your biggest need? Every hour we spend together, then suddenly the chances are small, just like the lottery.
After Cannon Beach, we found a place on Overlander, and it was kind of in a rural area up a forestry road. So we went there, and there was the campsite and the place that people had stayed in the past had actually been dug up completely.
That was the first time that has happened to us, where we've arrived at a spot on Overlander. And even though the most recent review of it was like a month prior to us arriving, it was obviously not available for us to stay there. So
there were still places you could park and on little sides of the forestry road, which was good, and we did that.
It was very quiet, very remote, and just very isolated away from other campers and people in general.
It was the first time I had like heebie-jeebies being there, but we were like, screw it, we went to bed.
Yeah.
So, once you're in the van and you're just there in bed, it's like,
yeah, the world outside does not exist.
No, it doesn't.
As you all very well know, diesel has continued to rise in addition to gas this entire time. So that was like, it's continuing to rise as we speak.
Skyrocketing.
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of moving around over the winter, which was good, I guess, before these prices have been astronomical.
With diesel being, I think it was $2.26 a liter. So it works out to like $180.
We spent some time with family and friends in the lower mainland of BC, and then flew back to Saskatchewan to attend a celebration of life for my amazing grandma, and also photograph a wedding there as well at the same time. So while we were there, they were actually forecasting the blizzard of the decade.
Century, Jules.
Century?
Century.
I thought it was decade.
Century. Decade's nothing.
There was a lot of snow, and we actually did have to travel to somewhere rural for this wedding, but all worked out. Everything was great.
Yeah, fortunate.
Thankful for the snow plows, as always.
Yeah, every snowplow we would drive by, Jules is like,
Before leaving, we had lined up a space to stay on the island on an organic farm that we were very excited about. We were going to help out with the organic garden specifically. Unfortunately, it just didn't line up. There were lots of dogs on the property already, and with having Nelson, the property owner, just said she didn't want any more dogs on the property. So we've kind of just been floating around from campground to campground, which has been really fun. We stayed a couple nights at Souk River Campground.
We go undercover, I will be your lover. We're up through night and day. Come on, let me hear you say, let's go undercover.
from Souk River Campground, we wanted to go to Jordan River for quite some time. It's $15 on the peak season and $10 in the off season, which is such a good price. I mean, and it's beautiful.
You're right on the ocean. There's lots of different sites to choose from, whether you want privacy or you want to be close to your neighbors and have an ocean view. There are options available for you there.
We spent about 3 days at Jordan River. Unfortunately, there's no cell service there. Well, I mean, someone would argue that it's
Nice.
fortunate.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden.
We also had work to do, so we would drive into Souk and work there during the day, just sit in our van and take Nelson for walks, and then drive all the way back to Jordan River, which I think is about 30 minutes, I'd say.
So after 3 days of heading into Souk for work, we decided we would just go to Goldstream Park instead, where we are right now. They do have cell service here. It's $35 a night, and it's so beautiful here as well.
Golden things, gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
So that's it. That's all for. We're gonna start calling these Vanlife journals because that's basically what it is. If you have suggestions for content you'd like to see us cover, please leave it in the comments below. We would love that.
Our next stop is my sister's place. We're gonna visit them and hang out with them for a while. So maybe they'll be open to making a little cameo on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Really excited for some family time.
Okay, that's all. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button below. We would really appreciate it. It helps out our channel and gets our video discovered by more people. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. Happy trails!
The walk into the hot springs is probably about 1 kilometer long. This fly.
Get out of here. Okay.
If it ain't a fly, it's a squirrel. Or an owl. Car.
Follow us. Subscribe.
We slept on that cliff. Remember we went up that road?
And very much.
Attacked. Okay.